Hey, I got a flashlight Olight sent me that they're going to have a flash sale on March 27th. Actually, I'm going to show you 3 different lights, and depending on what selection you were to take on this flash sale, you get up to all 3 for a very good price. Like I said, that's going to start March 27th, but the main light is called the Baldr RL, and this is a weapon light. This thing is quite awesome. It is. We're going to get into details on it. I am very, very impressed with this light. I've had a few weapon lights. I actually got a few. This one takes the cake. The other lights is, next up is this Olight i5T EOS copper. A wicked little single AA flashlight. Very impressed with this. We'll get into that. We'll talk a tiny bit about this little UV light. It's the i3 UV. This one here, if you were to spend $99 or more at this flash sale, you're going to get this light for free. And anybody looking for blood trails or anything like that, this light is awesome. But to start it out with, this here Baldr RL, heavily featured, actually surprised me. I've had, like I said, quite a few rail-mounted lights, and this one kind of takes the cake. And the main reason, I like how they got this thing packaged, is one, the mounting system, but it doesn't take one CR23, it takes 2 CR123 batteries, which literally doubles your runtime, and you're not worried about the batteries going dead near as much as like on the typical smaller rail-mounted lights. This does have the red laser. Basically, I'm going to get right into it. There's a selector switch on top for just the light and laser, or just the laser. And you got dual switches, one here and one here. To access the batteries, you basically just pull this open and the batteries come out. Now, I read on the website that it doesn't recommend rechargeables, but I got CR123s and I ran them, and they do a real good job. Olight sends you with some long-lasting batteries. I mean long-lasting, I mean it'll be a long time if you weren't to run rechargeables before you would have to buy some. But let's hit the specs real quick on this thing, and I'll show you how to set it up. It's got a 5 milliwatt red laser, as I showed you there, a 1-second quick mount, which basically just flip that and drop it right on. And it'll run a Picatinny rail or the Glock rail. And there's 2 adapters for it. One, I got the Glock adapter GL comes with in there. Picatinny rail that I got on my one target gun, it fits right on there, no problem. So I haven't had to switch that out. This is a max of 1120 lumens. And right there, if you see, this is the other thing that's so impressive on this, is in the concentration of that beam. I was expecting this to be like, say, the S2R Baton with that TIR lens. And the one thing I didn't ever really seem to care about the S2R Baton II, if you're not familiar with it, the throw on it was only 135 meters. A lot of light output, awesome light, but it didn't throw far. This one throws to 240 meters, and it's that beautiful concentrated beam out of this short little light that just impresses the heck out of me. Nice 5 milliwatt bright red laser, and at first I didn't realize it, but you can adjust vertical, on your side to side on your laser through this mount, which they supply an Allen wrench. So you can line up your laser to your gun as well, which is pretty awesome. Now, as far as the accessories with it, there was your Allen wrench that I was telling you, adjustment for the laser. And right here is the other spare adapter, and that's for the, I think they call that the 1918 adapter, or for the Picatinny rail adapter. But runtime on it, if you're looking here, it shows on high 1120 lumens. It'll run for a minute, then drop down to 45% for 25 minutes, I do believe. And on your low mode, which is 300 lumens, it just runs 4 hours nonstop. And as you'll see outside, even low throws quite far, enough to get the job done. But as far as mounting, let's get that out of the way. We'll quick use this Steel Storm Uramax that of my boys. This thing mounts, like this is a Picatinny rail, locks in quite easily. And when they mean 1 second, they mean 1 second. But taking it off, same way. Isn't that neat or what? We're going to take it outside and do some beam shots of this thing hooked up to this gun quick. So pretty awesome. All right, it's misting out, a little bit of rain. Now for the rail mount Baldr. Look at that. 62 meters out. This thing, there's low. That's 300 lumens right there at 62 meters. And there was high. Again, low is more than enough to see something's there. Pretty awesome. I'm going to leave it on low, and right there is 94 meter tree. It's 94 meters away and then high. So I mean, they say it up to 240 meters, and I truly believe it, because that hillside right up there where that tree line is, even though it's foggy out right now, or misty, a little bit of fog, and I can't wait for a clear night to make the video, because the sale will be over by then. But it is hitting that tree line up there at over 240 meters. Quite easily too. If I were to punch it down, with that so you just don't, extremely long run time with 300 lumen output. Close range, it's just phenomenal. We'll do some close range actually in a minute, but one other one is I'm going to do is turn on that red laser, and you can see it against that tree. That's 64 meters out, just a red laser. I'm going to reflect off from a sign that's about 250 meters back. Pretty neat, huh? Turn the light on. That's that road sign way down there. Look at this thing. Cool or what? Just blows my mind. I'm going to put it up a little bit closer to give you an idea just how bright this thing is. The other light is the i5T. This is a copper, well, by the way, it comes with an awesome case, but thank you. Gives you detailed instructions, and it comes sealed up. I don't know if I brought it out here or not. Yeah, I did. It comes vacuum sealed in this bag, and it's got a deoxidizer in it. And what that is, being as this is copper, it keeps the finish there, but eventually this will start basically corroding and give you that nice patina. And I'm impressed with this light. This is a single AA, an extremely heavy flashlight. Look at this. Pure copper. Feels like a block of copper. It's got a regular clicky switch. And as far as the light itself, I like this design this has. Good for grip. And then it's got a dual clip on it to put on your hat or on a belt buckle, which thing would hold forever. Comes with alkaline battery. You could run rechargeables in here as well. Build quality on this thing is wicked. I really like this little light. And like I said, package deal, you can get this in that Baldr rail light for I believe a little over $100, and then you end up getting, which we'll cover that, the UV light. But this i5T has got two modes. You got your low, which will run for 20 hours on a single AA, and then your high, 300 lumens for 60 meters of throw, and that'll run for 3 minutes. Then it'll drop down to 150 lumens for 25 minutes, and then 30 lumens for 122. Or, like I said, if it's got a momentary switch, you can half press it. Like you go half press, you're on low, you click it on. 15 lumens, that'll be 20 hours of runtime, which I got a lot of lights on right now, so it doesn't look as bright, but 15 lumens is actually quite bright. It gets the job done. A very well machined light. Like I said, beautiful tail clicky. It's got a uniquely focused lens, just like the other Olights. We'll take that out and get you some beam shots of this guy. And finally, for those of you who are interested, i3 UV takes one single AAA. I've got a few different UV lights. This gives off a real good color. There's no on and off. You twist it to turn it on and off, no switch. But as you can see there, this old Vaseline glass, it lights that right up. The other one is good for his blood trails and that. Very portable, small, would work quite well for looking for blood stains and stuff like that. Pet urine, you name it. Like I said, I think pretty sure they're going to throw that in for free if you spend $99. And what I might do is take this outside and do a test of, like, say, if you could pick up a fletch or a knock on an arrow and see if we can't use this to locate one, because that's the other thing UV is good for if you got a lost arrow. We'll try that out as well. But what I want to do is get outside and get beam shots of all this done. See how that goes. Just to give you an idea, we're looking at a tree that's 62 meters away, and this is that little copper 300 lumen flashlight. It literally, one AA battery, you can easily see that tree at 62 meters. All right, for handiness, actually, I'm going to take that UV light I was telling you about, and I got an arrow laying somewhere out there. It's actually about 12 steps in front of me. And I'm turning this UV light on. You can see it right here in the bottom of the screen. See that arrow? See how it picks that up? So this little UV light really come in handy for finding lost hunting arrows, as long as your tip like that reflects, and most of them do. There's that copper light on low. There's 300 lumens. Focus out here. This lights my entire yard up for if you were looking for an animal or something. But look at this. That's that little copper light. Impressive. There's my burning barrel on that down there. I'm going to take a walk and show you this light. Shoot up towards them pine trees and that. This is on low, 300 lumens. There's high. Man, I love this rail mount light. Even the red light works, laser works incredibly well. Oh, and you press both sides simultaneously, you get your strobe, which would really disorient any intruders or soon-to-be intruders. Awesome little light. As far as closer range, this i5T copper light, this is that lowest mode. which I think it was 20 hours of runtime on this little light, and there was the 300 lumens. Then my yard light just turned on, but look at how bright that is. Pretty awesome. As far as that little UV light, I mean, it's lighting anything up that glows. That arrow, I got placed about 12 steps out, right there out in the front. You can see that in the cement. I don't know what that is beside it. Oh, it's my boy's little boomerang. But yeah, that picks that arrow knock up quite easily. If you had that laying in the woods, you could find arrows pretty easily with this little UV light. Pretty awesome. Don't even pay to go close range. This is on the low mode with the rail mount light. The lowest mode. I'm going to walk that down the road and shine back at the camera. It would go down about 70 meters back. Pretty awesome lights. Try something quick with that little UV light. Using my kid's little airsoft gun. It picks that up. You get the idea on the light output on these flashlights. Oh, and one thing, I would not be afraid to purchase these for full price. If you watch this video after March 27th, I'm telling you, you still get an incredible buy with these things. I am so impressed with this Olight. Telling you, check that link out down below for these lights and go on there. If you're looking for a good rail mount light, this is it, and now's the time to buy. I'd go ahead and do both of these and end up getting a UV wicked. There you are. Olight does it again. Very impressed with this. Very impressed with this Baldr RL. There you are. Till next time.